why did you move to Kenya? Why not? Because now people are going to Ghana, Nigeria.
Yeah. I always say this all the time, Mr. People. Kenyans are some of the most welcoming people. I mean, their staple saying when you come into the country is Karibu Kenya, Karibuni Kenya.
That's
Everyone,
welcome. That's welcome.
yes, everyone in the country feels that way, no matter what. You rarely, I mean, rarely will see Kenyans online will say, oh, we don't want you here, or you're from West Africa. You might see a little, but in real life, never. You'll never hear a Kenyan say, oh, we don't want you here. You'll always hear a Kenyan say, welcome, and bring more of them. Always. But the African American community, we got our own freaking issues internally. Then they say we gonna come to you and we just gonna kumbaya. You got your own internal issues. So each household need to clean up their mess while we come together and get to know each other for real. And when you in a relationship with somebody, right, whether it's platonic or romantic, somebody gonna hurt somebody. It may not be intentional, but as you get to know each other, there's movement of table and chairs, and so we can really have a clear format of where we're going.
Hey guys, it's your brother Orina, founder of Sell Africa to Africans, and today we have a special guest. We have Kea from Traverze Culture. You guys have seen her really doing a good job in bringing African Americans to Kenya, linking African Americans to Kenya through travel and relocation. And this is her house, and we are about to visit her. We are about to interview her. Just ring the bell here. Hope she's at home. Well, if she isn't, then I don't know. But I hope she's at home. Oh, she's at home. Whoa.
Hello.
Hey, Kea. How are you?
How are you? Karibu.
You see, she even knows Swahili, man. I mean, she's a Kenyan by now. How's everything?
Good.
So this is your home, huh?
Welcome to my home. Come on in.
Wow.
Let me shut the door. So your audience are getting something different today.
Yeah.
We have our interview, but then they get to see.
Yeah, they get to see where Kea lives.
Yeah.
Look at this place. This is amazing, Kea.
I love it. I'm happy to, share how I'm living here in Kenya as a part of the diaspora. I think people have a misconception of moving to Africa at large, but Kenya, and maybe thinking that they cannot have the same quality of life or better than what they had in the States. And as you can see, honey, I'm living good, okay? Yeah, I'm considered a middle class Kenyan, okay?
Look at the sitting room, look at the balcony there.
So let me give y'all a quick little tour just of downstairs in the kitchen. So we're here in the kitchen. Okay. My apartment was unfurnished. So I furnished the whole thing.
Oh, I thought you found everything here.
No.
Wow.
This is an unfurnished apartment.
Oh.
Bought everything. I bought, so just to give you an idea of just the cost of living or how much things cost, I have my washer and dryer in one here. My refrigerator, which is a nice size refrigerator for a single person,
Yeah.
Not too much. And then I bought the microwave. So for all three items, this was $950. So that's
almost 100.
115K.
In your shillings,
yeah, which is affordable. I mean, forget about it. $950 for three items like that. And so everything here I bought. Have you ever seen a stove that is electric and gas? I thought that was cool. I got a full-on oven here. You got the granite tops, flush counter. I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
Wait, before we go there, I see you cook online and everything.
I do cook.
You cook you like cooking, like.
Yeah.
Well, like, why did you like this setting? Because this is
Okay, right. That's a good question. The open space setting. You got room to move around, and then while I'm cooking, if I have guests here, I can entertain my guests. And it reminds me of my house that I had in the States. It was an open floor type theme style house where I can entertain and cook. So the other night I had about 10 to 12 African Americans here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, some Gullah Geechee food, and we all ate, drank, had a good time.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was really, really good. Yes. So it's granite top, flush counter. All of the furniture you see here is custom made. We made it in-house through my company. We do custom made furniture for our guests that we relocate here. So all I did was show my business partner some pictures for Pinterest of things I wanted, and they custom made it here. To my bar. This is my bar here. My little wine cellar. Yeah. That's custom made. My couches, custom made, show them what I want. My living room set.
All made in Kenya.
All made in Kenya.
All this furniture, guys, made in Kenya.
Yeah, everything. Everything you see here, made in Kenya, custom made. Showed them what I wanted and had it custom made. Now, just to give you an idea, guys, for those who are watching, everything in the house, I'm talking about my furniture, electronics, TVs, everything cost about 4,500 USD to furnish this whole place. That is affordable as heck because you can't get custom made nothing for under that amount in the States. Forget about it. Probably this living room set would have been $4,000 if it was custom made. Right, so that's everything in here. I got 3 TVs, one 60-inch TV, 2 42-inch TVs upstairs. That was only $1,000, so $130K for three top of the line because TCL is the top of the line TV here.
I have TCL also.
Right, so very, very, very nice quality furniture and appliances here. Everything under $5,000, and the square footage of this apartment is a townhouse actually, or they call it a duplex. It's 1,600 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Very affordable, and still on the high side, but affordable for us. It's very nice. So here is custom made outside furniture, the patio, everything custom made.
This is my favorite part of your house, by the way, the balcony.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. We can go upstairs to the guest room. I can't show y'all my room today.
Yeah.
I was ready, y'all. But I have a downstairs bathroom and storage space. Again, this is just to show you the quality of life here in Kenya.
Yeah. For people who have a skewed mentality of what Kenya looks like and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's quite affordable because something like this in the States a month would easily run you about 4,000 USD. So we're looking at about 500K maybe a month for something like this in the States when I only pay 130K, which is $1,000 on the head. So it's really, really affordable for something this nice.
That's like a fifth of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, this is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. Sorry.
Why did you choose this estate? Why did you choose this?
This apartment is nice. I mean, come on.
Okay.
It's just. Wow. It made me feel like I was home in the States. So this is one of my guest bedrooms, custom made bed. I'm still putting some stuff in. It has a small balcony as well.
It's like a hotel bedroom.
It feels like Airbnb in here.
Looks like this is amazing, Kea. This is amazing. Yeah.
Look at that beautiful balcony where you can see the children. Come look at the children here.
Oh.
The school.
Oh yeah.
Surrounded by greenery, so you get the fresh air. from the plants and the trees.
And by the way, Kia, tell them, whenever you get a chance to see this, to see the greenery and to breathe the fresh air, it's beautiful because Nairobi, is up and
Little
about.
hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle.
Being here is
It's
really
a blessing,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's so nice.
And this is the type of services that they get on Traverze.
This is the type of services they get. Here goes the bathroom. Each room has what they call an en-suite or your bathroom, and it's really, really comfortable. So when I have my guests stay here, they're like, man, this is nice.
I want to live here.
Yes.
I don't want to go back home.
My son coming in December, so he got his own little
this
space.
Is room.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of storage, space here, and it's peaceful, it's quiet, and I just love it. So, for those of you who are looking to possibly relocate to Kenya, look to do an investigative tour, we do offer 3 real estate tours within your investigative tour, which can be 12 to 15 days long, so that you can actually look at the real estate yourself to see what type of lifestyle you're looking for sure.
And this is the type of housing that you'll be able to get on the Traverze Culture.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, sign up, man. I mean, you see how Kia is having a lot of fun.
Fresh watermelon.
Yeah.
Eat good, drink good, healthy.
And food is much fresher here, of course.
Much fresher here. You can already taste the difference when you eat the food here. The air in certain areas in Nairobi is cleaner. Definitely when you go out to the rural areas. But it's beautiful. So this is the type of lifestyle you can have.
So that's
Thank you
it.
for coming.
So this is like what MTV Cribs or
Yeah, MTV Cribs. Now we'll go do the interview.
Yeah, now we're going to do the interview, guys. At this point, she's a regular on Sell Africa to Africans. This is my friend. Talk about a person who is not only marketing Kenya, but she is bringing people to. She's bringing African Americans and Africans in the diaspora back home. And whether you like me or not, because I know people don't like me saying this, but I don't care. African Americans, Africans in the Caribbean, Africans in Europe, you are an African and this is your home. But how do you come home the right way? That is what my guest does every day in her platform, in her agency, Traverze Culture. Today we're going to talk about all of it. I know most of you watching me are African Americans, and probably you're thinking about how you're going to come to Kenya, or how you're going to come to travel or relocate or do business investment. She's going to tell us everything. I'm telling you, Traverze Culture is changing, and within a span of a year that I've known Kea, it's growing. It's growing. So Kea, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yes, thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good. We're here at your beautiful home.
Yes.
How's everything?
I love it. I love where I live. It's peaceful. As you can hear, the only thing in the background is the children playing here at the school.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love it, man. I'm living my best life.
I know you are. And the other day when I came here, you said, you don't expect me to come here and live badly in a dingy ass place.
Right.
No, I want to live good.
Yeah.
I want to live in a nice house.
Yes.
Nice everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people tend to think the average Kenyan lives in severe poverty. And that is so far from the truth. I had some clients who essentially said when they wanted to come do the investigative tour that we offer, which we'll get into later, that they wanted to live like the locals, right? And I'm like, do you know how the locals live? Like, I don't know, because they said, oh, we're minimalist. And I'm like, yeah, but the average local Kenyan does not live in severe poverty. So I don't know if what you're saying, what would be minimalist for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, again, you guys do have a very visible and strong middle class community of Kenyans, not even the multinational, but just Kenyans. And a lot of people don't know that. So, and while there is poverty, I don't want to take that away. Like,
Yes, there is.
the entire country is just thriving, but that happens in all developing countries and developed countries. You do have a level of poverty, like in the U.S. I believe a large percentage of U.S. citizens live below the poverty level. So yeah, it's just quite interesting when people think of Africa. They think they need to come and live like, I don't know, but I certainly,
Yeah, to live modest and everything.
yeah.
No.
I'm like, nah, you could live very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you should show that because people are coming here, and I think the first thing they look at when they look at Traverse is how is Kea? How is she living? Is this the life that I'm going to get in Kenya? So I think you're showing a good example. So Kea, how's everything? Are you enjoying Kenya?
yes, I love Kenya.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love Kenya.
yeah.
I'm never going to change my mind about that. I love Kenya. Out of the 9 other African nations that I've been to, which was Morocco, Togo,
Oh.
Mali, Senegal, Nigeria,
Uh-huh.
Ethiopia, Tanzania, and South Africa, Kenya by far is the best country.
Never been to Uganda?
No, I haven't
It's
been.
just down the road.
I know, and I heard that they're a bit more Pan African
Yeah.
than Kenya. Yeah,
Ugandans follow me every, on, especially on TikTok,
yeah.
and they're very much Pan African. Yeah, that's something we need to do. That's one thing I've dedicated my life to, into doing full time, to raise the Pan African level of Kenya. Kenya is very low,
Yes,
but once we catch the fire,
it's a wrap.
it's a wrap because
Yeah.
Kenyans are very, very aggressive.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Especially Gen Z.
Oh yeah.
Gen Z not playing.
You
Yeah.
saw what Gen Alpha did the other day.
Yeah,
Yo,
right here,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
They ready. They
Yeah.
ready for a change. Even when I spoke at the University in Nairobi,
Mm.
all of the children that came up to me, or I said the young adults, they came up to me, were like, man, one lady, young girl, I think she's studying medicine or something like that. And she was like, listen, I want to learn more about the African American experience and culture and
Mm.
see where I can pull from as a young Kenyan, just ready for change. And she was like, can I just volunteer so I can learn?
free.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Hmm.
And I think that's what should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wow. First of all, I like your tea. I've met I met guys. I haven't met the ladies, but I'm sure I'll meet them in due time. But based on the testimonials and everything, people seem to enjoy Traverse services, from travel to relocation. What and you added something, and that's investigative tour. That's something you didn't have last year, right?
Correct.
Tell us about the investigative tour before we go to travel and relocation.
Yeah. So what I started to see was a gap in folks jumping off the ledge and just moving here
Mm.
and making, horrible mistakes that sets them all the way back, and they have to go back to the States because they either got scammed, let's keep it a buck. They either didn't understand the processes here in terms of immigration. They didn't understand how much it actually really costs to live here nice. While you will cut your costs, you end up spending money every day here, right? As you settle and get used to the culture, you're still trying to find things that you can adapt to from where you're from. You're still trying to integrate. And through that process, you're spending money every day.
Mm.
And you probably don't even realize by the time you finish, you done spent, half the money that you came with, not understanding the entire process. So in my mind, especially with me being ex-military, doing civilian contracting and specializing in logistics, movement of people and cargo. That's what I did for 7.5 years throughout Afghanistan and Europe. So after analyzing, some experiences that people were having, I'm like, all right, you guys need to travel here first. Don't just jump off the porch because you're making an emotional decision. We need to make an educated decision on relocating to Kenya. Nairobi is probably one of the most expensive African cities on the continent. But on the flip side, one of the most developed
Yeah.
African cities
Yeah.
on the continent. So with that, there's going to be inflation, right? That happens in any developing country. But people don't really take that in consideration because they think Africa is a country, right? Or they'll see one situation and it's the entire continent that's in an uproar. Or you see the protesting in Kenya and not understanding that literally these people schedule protesting. I've never seen that a day of my life where people schedule protesting. And then the next day, it is as if nothing happened. Everything goes back to business and is quite safe. So there's misconceptions that you really need to see in real time before you make such a life-changing decision as in relocating to another country that happened to be an African country. You're still a foreigner moving to a foreign country. At the end of the day, it just happened to be an African country where you happen to have African ancestry, but you're still a foreigner, especially culturally. So you have to know what you're getting yourself into before you make a life change, especially with a family. If you have children,
Yeah.
you just can't do that.
Yeah, you have to think about the kids and the schools
Yeah.
and everything.
You need to do that. And there is cultural differences, distinctive cultural differences between ourselves and our Kenyan cousins. I like to call y'all our cousins, and the Kenyan society. So you have to get used to that. You're going from a debt-driven society to a non-debt. You pay for what you can afford here. If you ain't got it, you ain't gonna have it. You know what I mean? So that means you have to have hard cash. You can't come over here thinking you about to live on credit. It doesn't work here.
I always ask you this, but I want you to say it again because now we have new subscribers.
Yeah.
Why did you move to Kenya? Why not? Because you know
Yeah.
now people are going to Ghana, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Kenya is not that destination that African Americans tend to go to until you made it cool to come to Kenya. But honestly, let me tell you something, Kia. I haven't seen that much marketing that you've done. I haven't seen, like, I've never seen it. Like, you are really linking African Americans to Kenya. And even if they don't have the money to come here, because of you, they know that, oh, Kenya is cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you, Traverse is doing a good job.
Thank
But
you.
before you made Traverse and everything, why Kenya? Why not Ghana or Nigeria?
Right. That's a good question. Because even when I started my journey of enlightenment back in 2011, I, went through the phases of being angry and being super radical and
We all were there.
all of those things. And so you would think I would be looking for the most Pan African country to move to. But when I first came to Kenya, I went to Ethiopia first. I recommend anybody who want to learn about African spirituality, who want to learn about ancient calendars and things that we practiced before colonialism.
They
Go
just
to
celebrated a
Ethiopia.
New Year.
Right.
Ethiopia, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's 2013 in Ethiopia, I believe 2013 or 2014. I can't remember.
Wow.
Because they actually still operate off the lunar calendar.
Yes.
They've never been colonized, and they're a very ancient civilization as well. So I recommend anyone who want to really get into what the cradle of life really looked like. Ethiopia would be a great start. But then I came to Kenya, and I always say this all the time: it's the people. Kenyans are some of the most welcoming people. I mean, their staple saying when you come into the country is "Karibu Kenya, Karibuni Kenya."
That's welcome.
Everyone,
That's welcome.
yes, everyone in the country feels that way. No matter what, you rarely, I mean, rarely will see Kenyans online will say, "Oh, we don't want you here," or "You're from West Africa." You might see a little, but in real life, never. You'll never hear a Kenyan say, "Oh, we don't want you here." You'll always hear a Kenyan say, "Welcome," and bring more of them. Always. So it's one of those things where I believe Kenyans are just special. Everybody that come here fall in love with the country because of
Yeah.
the people. Everyone.
Yeah, that's why you'll never see any xenophobic case here.
No.
Yeah, we
No.
love all. We love
Y'all love
all.
everybody.
Yeah, we love everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. When it comes to white people, that's something else. But yeah,
Yeah.
but we love
Y'all love
guests.
everybody, no matter what color,
Yeah.
creed, or race. You really are a welcoming group of people. Maybe too welcoming, but welcoming nonetheless.
Your first time in Kenya, can you remember it?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
was it?
Oh man, I I flew with Ethiopia because I was coming from Ethiopia. I landed at 1:35 a.m. at Moi. This is when Kibaki was the
That
president.
was which year?
2011,
Oh.
Kibaki's the back end of his term. And we landed at the airport. I kissed the ground. I was like, oh my God. I made it to my second African country.
Wow.
And I was 29 years old, I believe, 29 or 28, something like that,
Yeah.
years old. And we went from the airport to Nakumat, bought some wine from Nakumat to Bob's Place. Anybody who's been coming to Kenya this long, or those who are from the coast, y'all remember Bob's Place in Nyali was popping back then. We went straight off the airport to the club the first night, and they was playing regular music, and they messed around and played like 50 Cent or something.
Ooh.
And we was like, oh, what? They know about 50 Cent? And so I'm lit. I go get the mic, and I'm like, I'm from America. Da, da, da. And we just having a good old time. And that first night, I spent the night at my brother James Mlossi, aunt's house. And we opened the door, and I'm like, oh, this look like my aunt house in the States. She got a flat screen TV, surround sound, a microwave. I know this sound crazy. I didn't think people were living in huts, but I didn't think it was that modern either. And we spent the night at her house, my first night in Kenya, and it was amazing. The next morning we woke up, we started walking around the neighborhood. She lives in Bamburi, and it looked like a neighborhood in Miami, Florida. I'm like, this looked like Miami.
Yeah.
Nice, clean.
Beach.
They have like the stucco style houses. We saw one house where the lady had built a salon on her land, on her plot. You can't even do that in the States. You know what I mean? So it was in the front of her house, not in the back. If you're gonna do something, you might put something in the back of the house, a shed or something like that. Nobody really knows. But this was her business in the front of the house.
Oh, wow.
And we were like,
Wow.
okay, but because it's her land. It's her land.
She can do whatever the hell
She can do what she want to do. And so that was a shocker for me. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good experience.
Yeah.
That's a good. Was that the first time you fell in love with Kenya? You're like,
oh hell yeah. The next day we stayed at the Voyager, which is owned by the Kenyatta family. We learned that. I was like, oh okay, cool. And we were getting omelets, and the guy said Akuna Matata. I said, oh, you seen the Lion King too? He said, what? Oh, that's Swahili. I was like, what you mean that's Swahili? I thought that was a made up word. He was like, no, the whole thing is a Kenyan folklore. Like it's an African story, and they're using, Rafiki is friend and Simba is lion, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
And Mufasa is king and all this. I was like, those are Swahili words. It was like, yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. He was like, where are you from? I said, America. He's like, they have black people in America? I was like, are you serious? I was like,
but
yeah.
the people who don't know that, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He was like, and so he started touching my skin. And he was like, but your skin is like mine. I was like, yeah, I have African ancestry. He was like, so there's a lot of you there. I was like 50 million of us there. Yes. He was like, well, tell them all to come back. I was like, we'll try. But yeah, that was a cool experience.
And when did you think about now moving in fully?
From that time, it always been a dream.
Well,
so
that guy
it took
told
me 14
you.
years.
I think, was it like a motivation? That guy told you, well, bring them all here.
Yeah.
And then, was that the light bulb moment? Like, maybe I can bring them here.
Absolutely. But it took me an additional 6 years to come up with that, or 6-7 years. I don't know.
The concept.
Yeah. Because I didn't start that until 2018. Yeah. But I had been coming to the country from 2011 to 2018 and just bringing friends.
Yeah.
Falling in love every year.
Yeah.
Then I came to Nairobi, and it was a wrap. Because I was mainly going to the coast every time I came to Kenya. Then I came to Nairobi, and I said, this is home now.
This is home.
Yeah.
It has a New York feel to it.
I fell in love with Nairobi. I was like, what? Oh yeah, I ain't going back to the coast. This is it. Yeah.
So, wow, I like that. So, and then you made when you made Traverse, Kea, you sold your house to come here.
Yep.
And then you posted almost like every month. I was like, do you know how When I saw it for the first time, I was like, wow, she really did it.
Yep.
She did it.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel happy. I think we talked on phone, and I
Hmm.
told you, wow, man, what was going through your mind? Because I know it had to be emotional, kinda, because
Yeah, it
you spent
was.
all your life in America.
Yep.
How was it like?
And it
How was
wasn't
that
like I
process?
was living, a lot of these people be moving. They
Mm,
won't doing good in the States at all. You
okay.
know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't like I was poor or whatever.
No.
You know what I mean? But it was nerve wracking. Um, I was anxious. I was just like, why am I anxious? I've been doing this for some time. And I had started partially living in Kenya like 3 years prior, 6 months here, 7 months here, whatever,
Mm,
and then go back. But this time it's like, oh no, this is for real. Like,
yeah.
I'm getting rid of all my assets, liquidating everything, leaving my family, leaving my son, you know what I mean, for good. And I was excited, but I was very nervous and anxious. Even though, again, like I said, I do this for a living, and I cried the night that we finished cleaning up everything. My son, shout out to my son Xavier. He's a great guy. That guy. He helped me clean up, and I had forgot something in the house, and we had to go back. And when I opened the door, I went back and I started crying.
Mm,
And he was like, okay, mama, I feel it too now. I feel it
yeah,
too. Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
grew up in that house.
Mm,
I had been there for almost 11 years. So it's like, yeah, it was kind of nostalgic, but I was still excited to move to Kenya nonetheless. I knew my life was going to be better
mm,
moving here.
mm.
Mhm.
Would you like your son to come here also?
Yeah, yeah, my boy coming in December. I can't wait for you guys to see him. Y'all can see him on the platform. He's gonna come for a few days and he's gonna work with us in Traverse Culture. He's gonna go to all my meetings. He's gonna be with me. I want him to see what I'm doing. He's a good guy, that guy. I can't wait.
Wow, wow, wow. And then now you started doing Traverse full time now.
Yeah.
How has been the experience now? So we talked about the investigative tour where people can come uh, for the investigative tour to investigate Kenya and see if they can relocate, right?
Yep.
And I've been seeing a couple of people who have been coming. And how has been the response after the investigative tour?
They love it. So none of the clients that have done the investigative tour said that they don't like Kenya.
Wow,
Everyone loves Kenya, and we typically convert them to relocatees. So the I think the first video we did of the investigative tour that we were able to actually capture, we're relocating her and the family in October next month, the
wow.
23rd.
Mm,
Yeah, so we convert them once they do the investigative tour. 9 times out of 10, we're converting them to actually relocate to
wow,
Kenya. Yeah,
wow, wow. And I know you've relocated a lot of people.
yeah,
And you know the testimonials are all in Traverse Culture. You guys need to subscribe to Traverse Culture. I'll put it on the screen because you guys are doing a great job.
no,
I was
thank you.
really touched by the medical tourism,
Yeah,
by the lady. That was emotional. That was emotional. Let's speak about that. So we've spoken about investigative tour. You guys come, go to Traverse Culture, book your investigative tour, and come and see Kenya before you can make a decision of relocating. But also there's medical tourism. Tell us about the medical tourism. Tell us about the medical
yeah,
tourism.
that one is a really important one because of the healthcare system in the U.S. and the West right now. It's just absolutely insane in terms of how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Even the bedside manner is horrible. The quality of healthcare is not good, especially for Black folks. And Black folks in America, we've always historically have had a negative relationship with the healthcare system in the US because of the Tuskegee
Oh
experience,
Lord.
experiments,
Mm.
and all of the things that they did to the servicemen coming back from Vietnam, and there's so many things on record that they've done to Black women when it comes to maternity fatality. We have one of the highest maternity fatality rates amongst American women in the US, even higher in the UK for Black women. So we're talking about African women, migrants in the UK. So for some reason, they think that Black women can can um, can stand pain more than our white counterparts. And so, even in maternity, they're not as concerned as they would be if we were white. So, imagine being able to find an alternative where you can come get health care when everyone looks like you. Just that simple. Everyone look like you. They actually really care about your health because the Kenya private sector is very preventative. If you can afford the private healthcare, but even for the public, I know a lot of Kenyans may come in the comment section about your healthcare because when I talk about healthcare, Kenyans have a hard on about the healthcare system here. But the thing is the part that you all I guess don't take in consideration. One, you're in a bubble, so it's just Kenya. Kenya is just one country. The rest of the world have healthcare issues as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
So while I understand that there are some holes and gaps here, um, your private healthcare, your public healthcare is still one of the best public healthcare systems in Africa. There's still people in this region, in the East African region, that come to Kenya and use your public healthcare system for healthcare, right? Let alone, let's not even talk about your private
Yeah,
healthcare
private
system.
is all, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You have some of the best doctors in Africa, and you have the second best healthcare in the whole of Africa behind South Africa, right? Which South Africa is mainly Mzungu ran. This is mainly
That's white. Mzungu is white.
Kenyan, or you have your Indian Kenyans. But nonetheless, they're Kenyans. So it's a game changer, especially for Black folks because we share the same DNA. So even diseases that you typically see, like fibroid issues, that's a huge thing in West African women and African American women. Um, you come here and there's still enough data because we share the same DNA,
Yeah.
where the doctor can say, this is what we need to do. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get this done. And the doctor actually cares. We have a client here now, and she has some healthcare issues, and she went to the doctor the other day, and I called to check in. She went to one of our partners, the Nairobi Hospital. I don't care what nobody say. Nairobi Hospital is one of the best hospitals in East and Central Africa. Shout out to them. We love them. And she went to Nairobi, and as she's talking to me, she's like, the way that lady took her time to explain everything to me in detail. She said, I almost cried because you don't get that type of service in the States. So to be able to sit across from a Black woman doctor who actually seemed like she cared, and I walk away with a bill of like $20 to $30 is laughable.
What's wrong with is there racism in
Yes, racism
in
in every
American medicine?
Yeah, so white supremacy, it has no boundaries. So it scales across every sector you can think of. The healthcare sector is no different from any other sector, like the education sector, the justice system, so on and so forth. So yes, you do see racism and biases in the healthcare system in the U.S. So it's life changing. You watched the testimony. What was your thoughts about it? Could you believe it? Because as a Kenyan, I know how y'all feel about your healthcare system.
Yeah.
But listening to other people use your healthcare system, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel good.
Did you believe it?
I did.
Okay.
Of course I did. And let me tell you something. Yes, our healthcare can do better.
Yeah.
We still have some corruption and a bunch of problems, but it's way better than a lot of African countries. It's the same thing with the living standards here. You talked about Nairobi being one of the most expensive cities, and Kenya being one of the most expensive countries in Africa. But if someone from America is coming to Kenya, you're not gonna feel the heat
Nope.
like someone maybe from Uganda moving
Correct.
into Kenya,
Correct.
because the living standards in Kenya for an African American might be very, very, very affordable
Very affordable.
compared to you living in America.
Very affordable.
And I was talking about the land as well.
Yep.
The land rates here are very, land,
Expensive.
land. Yeah, yeah.
In Nairobi.
in
But when
Nairobi.
you go out,
But when you go out, even
it's affordable.
even places in the outskirts of Nairobi, it's way more affordable. So
It's
the
way
farther you go from Nairobi, the more the real estate is cheap.
Right, and it makes sense for Nairobi to be expensive. It's the capital.
Yeah,
It's the nation's capital, and now everybody is calling this the capital of Africa.
yeah,
So when you have other African countries saying that Nairobi is the capital of Africa, it's something special.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, no, there's other. If you go on TikTok and stuff like that, you're starting to see other African countries. Nigeria ain't gonna never give y'all that title, but because Nigeria is the big boy of Africa.
Yeah. Even
But
South Africa.
yeah. South Africa is never gonna give you that. But the other countries are starting to say Nairobi is the capital of Africa.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the healthcare.
So when it comes to healthcare,
Yeah, how did you feel though? How did you feel about that?
oh man, I was touched because you can feel the conviction in her voice. You can feel the emotion in her voice, and I think it brought one of your teammates to tears
Yes.
or something. So, and when you see that, when you see that, and that's why I like Traverse because you guys record everything, so and then you post it for African Americans to see, so that they know that wow, oh, this
But
is
even
real.
Kenyans.
This is real. And
Even Kenyans,
even
yeah.
Kenyans.
To start appreciating, what you do have, or I would say see it through other lenses. I typically have Kenyans will say, "Ah, dang, I didn't even know that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you showing me something I didn't even know about my own country. You know what I mean? And so you get the chance to see it through other people's lenses. But the medical tourism is massive, and she's actually coming back for
Oh,
a
really?
procedure. Yeah.
Wow.
So like when I tell you it's changing people's lives, man, it's not a joke. This is serious. And what's so beautiful about pushing the medical tourism inbound to Kenya, it doesn't just affect us as Americans, but it affects the local Kenyan market as well. It creates more jobs. It elevates the level of the healthcare system here. It's going to impact. It's an impactful investment.
Mhm.
It's not just a one person investment opportunity. Everything that we do as Traverse Culture is an impactful investment.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Because
does.
everyone involved, you don't even have to be involved. Even indirectly, you will
You
benefit.
Yeah, yeah. We benefit Kenyans because
Yep.
you're first of all, we love guests.
You do.
We love guests.
Yep.
And for me as a Pan African, even though our Pan African level is low,
Mm-hmm.
we still love
Yes.
African guests. And one thing I like about Kenya, we have little to no xenophobia.
You don't.
A lot of Nigerians live in Kilimani
Yep.
and everything, and we have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
So wow. That medical tourism has really touched me. And when I saw you making a partnership with Nairobi Hospital, I was like, yeah, she's on the right track.
Yeah,
She's
man.
on the right
Shout
track.
out to them. I know they have, I know Kenya's going to come in the conversation about Nairobi. But in terms of the quality of service, forget about it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. Shout out to Aga Khan, MP Shah.
Mm.
We also in partnership with AAR. Shout out to AAR. AAR is
Yeah,
another
yeah.
great hospital, black owned. And the CEO is actually a diasporan. She's from Trinidad and Tobago.
Really?
Yeah. She's a diasporan, so she's from Trinidad and Tobago, CEO of AAR. So shout out to AAR.
Wow. And but by the way, about Kenya being unsafe and everything, guys, protests are scheduled. Like people will say, we are going to the streets on Thursday and Friday, or Monday and Thursday, and it'll only be Monday and
And
Thursday.
everyone knows. The government knows. The private sector knows.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that before.
and the next day, people are back to work.
Like nothing ever happened.
People are back to work.
Yeah.
The buses are back. The banks are back. I mean, where can you?
No, nowhere.
I mean, when you see the hell that we go through in protests, and then for it to revive the next day like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenya's
but even with your protesting for an African country, I have to keep it above. These people, now for the Americans on here, if you don't know about Kenya or Africa, period, these people get on national TV talk about their president like a dog, and they still walking around here. Now that's rare
Oh yeah.
to see in an African country.
Yeah.
I mean, on national television, talk about the man to his face like a dog, and they still. So the country is quite liberal for an African country, quite liberal for an African country, which I believe is impressive. Depending on what you're looking for, you know, I had a client who is of the LGBTQH, them people.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, no shade, no tea.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, no, the country is quite liberal. It's quite, I'm not a part of the community, but it's not like you're gonna see somebody and somebody gonna get snatched up. Not in Nairobi. That's not gonna happen. So while I'm not a part of that community, I think you guys again welcome.
Yeah,
all
Kenya is
folks.
quite liberal.
Quite liberal.
Quite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very accommodating.
Very accommodating.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to that community, yeah, but
Yeah. I only brought that up because some of your viewers may be a part of that community and still Pan African.
Yeah.
Because I've met actual Pan African.
Yeah.
LGBTQ. Yeah.
You're safe here.
Yeah.
You're safe. Nobody's gonna tell you anything. You're safe.
Yeah.
Now, whether you agree with that lifestyle or not,
Right.
but you will be safe here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Now travel. I know you guys post everything. I follow.
And we actually don't get to post everyone because some of our clients are private.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Oh, they don't want all that.
Yeah. Some of our clients don't want to be videotaped, but so we don't get to capture everything. So when we do get to capture it, we post it. Yeah.
How is like how are people liking the travel, and where do you where do they choose a destination, or is there an itinerary?
Yeah.
How is the travel model for Traverse Culture?
So we do specialize in group travel, but that's been on the back burner since Relocation and Investigative tours.
Oh.
We haven't done a group travel in I don't know how long.
So Relocation is the one that's popping, huh?
Yeah, mainly
Wow,
Relocation,
wow.
Investigative tours, and medical tourism.
People are coming to now.
Yeah.
Why though? Why is it the Trump presidency?
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Mm.
The worse he gets, the more people are like, I can't take it no more.
Yeah.
I got to get out. So in the last week, we've had 40 people sign up for our consultation. Depending on when you drop this, we're giving free consultation up until the 1st of October. So if anyone watching, if you want to book your consultation for Relocation, medical tourism, or the Investigative tour, you can go to our website right now and book a free consultation.
Oh, and that's up until
1st of October.
Okay.
So you got a few days left.
Yeah, you have a few days left, guys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Relocation. So Trump presidency, people are feeling a bit.
Yeah, everybody that's booking is like, I gotta get out. I'm retired.
So it's kind of benefiting you guys.
It is benefiting us. We're able to help people change their lives, especially our retirees. We got a lot of retired veterans. This is a brilliant destination for retirees. Even our digital nomad, those who are working online.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity for you to relocate. Look at that as an option. And even our business owners who are looking to expand their businesses, look into the investors permit so you can move here and open up your business here in Kenya. So you got the opportunity, and we're here to provide the service for you. What we don't want to do is have you make an emotional decision. We want you to make an educated decision rooted in substance, right? So we try to inform our clients. We strongly suggest you travel first, do the investigative tour. But if you want to relocate, you are our client. But we have qualifiers. We will disqualify you. If you cannot sustain it, yes, we will. If you cannot sustain yourself, we will not relocate you. If you do not qualify for any of the immigration permits, we will not relocate you. All right. And so we don't want to set you up for failure. We're not going to set you up for failure. We're not going to say, hey, you can move here and live here on a tourist visa. That's not how that works. Or you can move here and you only making $500 a month. No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have no capital to relocate. Not gonna work. You're setting yourself. You're gonna end up right back in the States because you wouldn't be able to afford it.
Oh.
So yeah, not the quality of life you want.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to live like yeah, like a local, okay, maybe.
So to
And then
qualify.
you'll be out in the outskirts,
Mm.
far out.
Mm-hmm.
But $500, I don't. You can't even live in the outskirts of for $500
Per month?
with a family.
Or with the family? Nah.
Yeah,
Nah. Yeah, nah. But alone you might.
you might, and that's
Yeah.
a stretch.
Yeah.
And that's you ain't doing nothing else. You just paying your rent and maybe some food.
Food.
You
Yeah.
ain't doing too much. If you want to travel and stuff like that, you ain't doing too much.
Yeah. And the type of housing that
That you
your
would
guy,
want, yeah.
yeah,
So because you got to take your safety in consideration.
Yeah.
Not that the country is not safe, but things can happen. So if you're in a community, you're the only American, you don't speak English, you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're putting yourself in a bad predicament. So yeah, you might can live off of $500 in a rural area, but that's not how you want to live. You know?
So, yeah, you want them to live in a quality place so they can enjoy the Kenyan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless you just want to live off grid like that. If you want to live off grid,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, Kia? There are very nice places, very nice apartments, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, that are like what's
Yeah, 30K, like
30K a month?
$280.
Yeah, like $280 a month,
Yeah,
or some even $200 a month,
yeah.
and they are very nice. So but the problem is they're in the outskirts of Nairobi.
Exactly. And you'll probably be the only expat
Yeah,
in that area.
yeah,
Not saying that it'll be dangerous,
yeah.
but again, you don't have no guardrails if something were to happen.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Or you don't understand the language, or you don't understand. Everybody do speak English, but you know when you get further out, people Kenyans prefer to speak Swahili.
Yeah.
That I'll say. That one thing I can appreciate about Kenya in terms of at least you appreciate speaking Swahili. You know what I mean? Because it's very westernized here, especially in
Yeah,
Nairobi.
we
Very
we
westernized.
are very westernized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you do speak Swahili. So the further you go out, you're either going to find people speaking their mother tongue or Swahili, and then English last, even though they speak English, right? So that might be a little difficult moving in for the first time. I would say what we do is we have our clients here first, then you branch out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you can cut your cost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come live in the center of Nairobi so that you can
integrate.
integrate, and
Right.
then I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So that when they get used to Kenya, now they can move
You can
wherever
move
they want to
wherever
move.
you want to move because you
I like
understand it. You lived in the city, so if you can live in the city, you can live in the rural areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you cut your cost.
Mm.
You cut your cost even more living in the rural areas. Yeah.
But let me tell you, now when they get used to it,
Mm-hmm.
land in the rural areas, especially where I come from, Nakuru, affordable as hell.
Oh yes, you could probably get something for it, depending where.
Yeah.
Now, if it's communal land, I tell all Americans leave it alone. Leave freehold land alone. Freehold land is a headache for Kenyans. Let alone you being a foreigner. You can't own freehold land anyway as a foreigner. There's ways to do it legally, but just outright you cannot own freehold land. But freehold land for Americans watching is almost like heirs land in America. It can be complicated because it's communal land, and especially if it's communal land, people have to vote on it and all of this other stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff around that. But even if you found leasehold land in these rural areas, you can get some affordable plots.
Yeah.
Even right here in Rongai, I mean, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
find stuff in Gong Hill. You know, maybe shoot as low as $1,000
Yeah.
for a plot. So, you know, there's opportunity there. Yeah, for sure.
The further you go from Nairobi, the more affordable it is.
The more affordable it is, You just gotta know the laws and have
Yeah.
a lawyer or someone who actually understand land laws here.
You can't just buy land like you're
No,
buying
no,
a laptop or anything. Yo,
no.
you have to have a lawyer,
Yeah,
sale agreement, and all that.
all of
Yo,
that.
because land here, there's a lot of scammers here.
Yep,
Woo,
yep.
scammers.
We sell you somebody else land, and you wouldn't even know. You didn't do no search on it. You ain't got nobody to see if the land was surveyed. You ain't nothing.
Mm.
So you have to be careful, and that's what we're here for, to make sure that we can walk you through the whole process. The clients that are moving October the 23rd, they purchasing some land in Malindi, and we're helping them build a house out there, and we're
Wow.
relocating them there. So yeah, this is what we do. And even with us helping you, it can get complicated on the back end. So you doing it by yourself, you're gonna make costly mistakes.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee you're going to make costly mistakes.
Malindi is in the coast. It's
Yes.
in the coast of the Indian Ocean. Very nice, very
Beautiful.
nice. Just not far away from Mombasa.
And that's the beautiful bit about Kenya. Kenya's a small country, but it has all of the elements you
It has
need.
all of it. It has the cold mountains of Mount Kenya,
Yep.
the hotness and of
The beach life,
the
the
beach
coast,
life,
55-minute flight from here, from Nairobi.
fertile lands in Kericho, in
Yes.
Kisii.
Yeah. You have the
Kenya
Rift
has
Valley area. You have
the lake,
the
Lake
lake,
Victoria,
Lake
the fish.
Victoria, that actually running adjacent to the River Nile.
Mm.
So you have so much things here, and you have developing small cities. So you have Nairobi, but you do have Kisumu, which is the third largest city in Kenya. You have Mombasa, you have Machakos that's growing. You
You have
have
Nakuru,
Eldoret that's coming up. You have
Nakuru, where I come from. Shout
Nakuru,
out to Nakuru.
Nanyuki. A lot of people go out to Navasha, but you're seeing people now going to Kisi. You see people
Oh,
going to
Kisii is popping now.
Kakamega.
Yeah.
So there's, I mean, the country, and I will say this: the country is well developed because no matter where you drive in this country, all of the roads are paved, all of them,
Well, now
all of the main highways.
yeah, the main roads, the main roads.
Yeah.
There might be some potholes there, but they are
Yeah.
drivable. They are drivable.
Yep.
Infrastructure in Kenya, especially boosted by Kibaki, and even Uhuru did a good job with roads.
Yo, Uhuru did an
Yeah.
amazing job.
So when it comes to roads, Kenya is very much
Very developed.
yeah,
The infrastructure is pretty good. Even when Uhuru started the bypass, I thought that was brilliant. I was here when the bypass started,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this is going to change the game. And now they're taking the bypass down Gong Road.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I mean, every day you turn around, they literally are building something in the city. In the next 10 years, if you don't move here now, you're not gonna be able to afford it.
Oh wow.
You're not gonna be able to
This-
afford to relocate here. It's going to be in comparison to some of your European cities and things of that nature. In fact, Nairobi was voted best city over Montreal, Canada, and Paris, France, for this year, for 2025, going into 2025, over Montreal, Canada, and Paris. Right, well, you see what's going on in France. France is a hot dang on mess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh wow. So in terms of development and in terms
yep.
of
In terms of development, infrastructure, foreign investments, things of that nature, everything is moving here. They talk about Google coming here. You already have the UN headquarters coming in from New York.
So Kia, there's one thing I really want to ask you,
Yeah.
and that's you see what's happening right now with the I don't know, because I told people that beef is really fueled by the algorithm,
Okay. Yeah.
so that he can drive us apart. And what do you think about this petty beef between Africans and African Americans going on online?
Yeah, because I don't know. It's not happening in real life.
Well,
I'm
kinda like,
Is it?
yeah, I see the beef exists, but not to the extent that that the internet wants it to be.
Oh well,
Because,
I
yeah.
tell you what. This is what I'll say. This is, and I have to say it this way. This is why the journey back to Eden to me is so important and imperative, because we saw the year return, and we saw the influx of the diaspora, mainly African Americans, travel to Ghana. But the gap that I saw was there, and I believe the person who started it, I briefly spoke to the brother. Um, his intention was relationship building, right? But again, as it kind of spiraled out of control, it was more about people coming to see the country, things of that nature, but not really integrating or kind of fusing the culture exchange, information, relationship building part of that so that we got to really know each other. Because again, we've been saying 400 years for forever. It's at least 700 years of a disconnect. Do we understand how long that is? 700. I am I have African ancestry, but I am culturally 700 years different from you. You see, that you can't just jump into something and we gonna kumbaya and we all family. I'm like your distant cousin that you never met that's coming into your home and you gotta side eye me because you really don't know me. Just because I'm your cousin, that don't mean nothing. We still gotta build trust. I still got to get to know you. No, you can't go just straight in my refrigerator just because you my cousin. You see what I'm saying? If you really look at it from that perspective. So then you gotta understand, because we're distinctively different, we got to tackle that. We can't overlook that. So this is why you're seeing the internet wars. The internet wars are warranted to a certain extent because we are so different. And we say we need to unite, which is fine, but we also got to be realistic. We speak different Englishes. You speak an English that I don't even speak. There's words that you use, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I ain't never heard of that. You know what I mean? Or there's certain things you do culturally that I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. Or there's things that I do culturally, like, why do y'all do that? That doesn't make sense. And there's things that we do culturally that we won't agree on. Right. So those we have to tackle it. So I do believe to a certain extent the internet wars are warranted. It's going to happen because we're two different people. We're literally two different groups of people, right? We're very diverse. We're not a monolithic people. So you have to come to the table and get to know each other for real. And during getting to know each other, there are going to be arguments. There are going to be arguments. There are going to be family disagreements. I mean, if we gonna keep it a buck, you know what I mean?
It's normal.
It's normal. It's gonna happen, and it's even more traumatic because of all of the stuff that we've been through as a group of people. So we're also coming to the table with, I mean, hundreds of years of trauma, hundreds of years of conditioning, hundreds of years of manipulation, hundreds of years of distrust, scamming each other, ripping each other off, lying to each other. Come on now. We have internal issues. So it's like, I come from my own tribe of people, the African American community. We got our own freaking issues internally. Then they say we gonna come to you and we just gonna kumbaya. You got your own internal issues. So each household need to clean up their mess while we come together and get to know each other for real. And when you in a relationship with somebody, right, whether it's platonic or romantic, somebody gonna hurt somebody. It may not be intentional, but as you get to know each other, there's movement of table and chairs, and so we can really have a clear format of where we're going. So while I do believe that it is a part of the algorithm, while I do believe that there are other elements that's playing a part, I'm not going to ever take that away. We do play a part of it, and it is a part of our reality because we don't know each other from a can of paint. We don't. We don't. If you walk outside right now, the average Kenyan don't know shit about African Americans. not nothing aside from what they see on TV.
Okay.
The average
Yeah,
Kenyan
that's true.
has never met an African American in real life
That's true.
and work with them intimately or whatever. And I forget about it. The average American don't know shit about Africa or let alone Kenya. Can I curse on your platform?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about Africa or Kenyan people at all. So you guys probably know us more than we know you because of the TV, the music, and our culture have impacted the Kenyan culture. I mean, you know us that way, right? But we don't know you from a can of paint.
Interesting.
We don't know you from ask an average American or average African American. Even if they moved there, they don't know who your presidents were. Nothing political. Nothing about your history.
Africa.
Don't know nothing about the languages. Nothing about the tribes. Nothing. They just know they love the country. So you actually probably know a little more about us.
Yeah, because I'm a Pan African and I took the initiative to know.
And the culture, our culture, the African American culture has, been implemented here in the music and the way you dress and the hip hop. Our culture is actually one of the most exploited cultures in the world.
Of course, yeah.
So you see it even here in Kenya, right? So you know us from that perspective, but you don't know, the average Kenyan don't know us. So again, we got some work to do to get to really know each other. And let's have these uncomfortable conversations. That's necessary for us to really get to the other side. There is 700 years of uncomfortable conversations we got to have.
So it starts with conversations.
It starts with conversations and cultural exchanges.
So that's what Traverse is doing when it comes to integrating African Americans into Kenyan society.
Correct. Instead of repatriation.
Yeah.
I don't condone repatriation. I do not condone it. Why? It's a rhetoric that people spew to make people make emotional decisions about moving here or spending their money here. And they're not educating these people who are essentially foreigners. You are a foreigner moving to a foreign country. That's a fact. Now, we add the African ancestry. That's great. We can kumbaya on that. But essentially, you are a foreigner. You know why? The first time a Kenyan upsets you and they do something wrong or mess something up, you become American really quick. Well, this is not how we do it in America. You ain't in America. You're in another country. You see what I'm saying? So,
but it shouldn't be that way because even us as Kenyans, we need to do our part on stop generalizing. Because I saw that a bit with the J Relo thing.
Yeah.
I saw some people generalizing. Oh, you see, this
but
is
not
how
everybody. Kenyans did pretty good on that one. I was shocked.
They did.
I was shocked.
They did.
Because Kenyans will generalize something real quick now.
But then I saw some people, very few, who generalized.
Very few, but the majority did not put this all on African Americans. I was very proud because I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought because if y'all don't know, Kenyans are very much internet trolls.
Yeah, this is true.
But
especially on Twitter. Ooh.
Oh my God.
So, but
they did good. Yeah, Kenya did good with that one. They separated us from him, and I'm happy. He's one of them Negroes, and see, that's why I said no. All Negroes don't need to be allowed to come here.
Okay. Okay, explain that. Why?
Because then you get a J Relo. Now, we ain't going to be able to stop a J Relo to come here. I mean, everybody, you're entitled to travel. And then I want to say this, too, for those who also called out Austin Holloman about him telling him to come visit Kenya. Well, I'll put myself in the same position. I'm telling the whole diaspora to come to Kenya. Is it going to be my fault if one of them people who come in do something stupid? Is that my fault?
No, it shouldn't.
So that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So, there are J Relos out there. Them is not our people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I believe all Negroes don't deserve to come over here. Stay your ass over there if you gonna come with the fuckery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need that. And so there's some cleaning up we need to do as a collective group of people. There's some conversations we need to continue to have. There's stereotypes we have about each other. There's things that we don't agree. There's a bunch of stuff I don't like about Kenyans. I'm gonna keep it a buck that you guys do. This is a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That'll piss me off. But
You told me the passive aggressive.
Yeah, but I'm American, so I come with that American mindset too. So then I have to check myself too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, yo, you in these people country. Now you could disagree with it, but don't act ignorant. Don't try to change what people have been doing over a course of time. Or if again you don't have to agree with it, but again, this is their culture. So, and I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that we do as African Americans, y'all, you don't like. You know what I mean? So why can't we have those conversations without? Well, let's have the conversation. If we argue, take a break. Take a break. Have some professional people walk us through these conversations. That is the goal for the Journey Back to Eden. Once we really start getting into the conversation piece, because I did it the first year, and it was so intense, I was like, we're not ready for the conversations yet.
But you see that? I like that intensity. It's like, we
need it,
yeah, it's like
couples
but we're
therapy. Not ready because the conversations was rooted in ignorance. Nobody was really educated on each other yet. So first we got to experience each other first and learn each other. So now we're not arguing in ignorance. You just making up stuff off the top of your head. You see what I'm saying?
Guys, that's interesting.
Yeah. You're just making stuff up. And you don't know it to be true. So let's experience each other. That's why the Culture Exchange Expo is so important. You see what I'm saying? Wow. Then we move. That's why it's a 3-year initiative. It's stages. Experience each other first. Learn about the Gullah Geechee culture. I learned about Luya, Kikuyus, all of the 44 tribes here in Kenya, 43 tribes that are African here in Kenya. I learned about the different customs and how it's changed over time, the history, colonialism, even through colonialism. Once you gain independence now for 61 years now. Very young country, by the way.
Yeah.
Very young country. So, there's so much to learn. Did you know that Black Americans had a great migration in America?
That was in, remind me.
It's during the industrial period from 1870s to 19. Yes.
From the south to the
north, the west, Midwest, all over. From 1870s to about 1970s, where you have Black Americans that are originally from the South, but then went to move all over and cultivated different cultures there. So we are diverse even in America.
Harlem,
all of it was super diverse. I could literally live in South Carolina and the next state over we're totally different. I could be in one city in the next city over, totally different culture. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
The diversity is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't mean that all, because I know you're from the South.
Yeah, from
the South.
They
say, "Are you Southern people?" No, but I mean, Georgia culture is different from Tennessee,
totally different,
or Texas, or,
totally different.
Yeah,
we speak different dialects of English.
Yeah.
We have our own different slangs.
Because now there's some Kenyans who think all Black Americans talk the same, but no,
we're quite different. I mean, completely different. Yeah. So just dealing with that alone, the diversity of African people globally, we got to get on the same page to understand the beauty is in the differences. I will never change that point of view. The beauty is in the differences. And if we can get it together to leverage the differences, we would then become a European Union just like they have.
But so you said it starts with a conversation. Let's sit down and talk. Whether we agree or disagree, let's just sit down and let's just talk.
Yes, it starts with experiencing each other and hardcore conversations. But I think experiencing and learning each other first.
Before we sit down.
Before we have the conversation. Yeah, because it's going to be intense. There's going to be a lot of hurt.
But I like the intensity. That's the first stage of therapy.
Right. It's going to be when we did the first call to action, it was very intense. People were upset. People were passionate. People, And so what I thought was, let's do this in a 3-year increment. The first year we experience each other. The next year we start off with small conversations. By the last year, we can have the full on intense conversations that will then move us to solutions. And the conversations will be guided by professional healthcare personnel who specialize in psychology and mental health. We need help. We need the tools to do it. We don't have the tools to have those kind of conversations by ourselves. We need mental health professionals. Yes.
I think that's the best way to end this rift we have.
Because there is a rift.
There is. And even the ones who don't believe in it, even the ones who are not participating in the beef and are okay, you see, not everybody is like them.
Yeah.
We still have to accommodate the people who are still having that skewed mentality of how Africa is.
Yeah.
Because somehow, even though we say that not everybody needs to come, which is true, not everybody needs to come. How about this? How about we talk? First of all, we experience and learn each other. We talk. Then, if we've tried everything and you still don't get it, fine. Just you know what? Just stay there.
Yeah, Nat Turner said, "Who's ready to get rid of their white god?" 500 of the 1,000 people raised their hand. The other 500 didn't. Nat Turner said, "We got to get rid of the first 500 that didn't raise their hand, because they gonna be the problem."
Yeah, Nat Turner was a bad boy, man.
They gonna be the problem. So not all of us gonna be on the same page, and that's okay.
Even Harriet Tubman said, "I'm gonna shoot you if you go back."
Yeah, Harriet Tubman said, "I could have freed more slaves only if they knew they were slaves."
Yeah.
Now, ain't that something? You in chains and shackles.
Yeah, you still don't know you're asleep.
We're dealing with many of them that's that way. And we once were that way. So Malcolm X also felt, he came to the point where he had to understand that he once was in that person's shoe.
Yeah.
So I got to give you a little grace. You know what I mean? When he went from being a nationalist to a Pan-African. By a Kenyan, by the way.
Yeah, pure Gama Pinto.
Yeah, by a Kenyan, by the way. He went back to America, and they knew that was really a threat. Oh, now you a Pan-African? Because now, instead of you talking just about black nationalism and getting yourself together here in the U.S., which I subscribe to both a black nationalist and a Pan-African, but I can't be Pan-African here in Africa. I'm only a black nationalist in the U.S.
Yeah.
But Malcolm X, once he started understanding that piece, he became a threat, because now you can tie not only your DNA to a country, but your GDP. That's the part we don't get as black folks. Every other nationality understand tying yourself to an economical power structure. Everybody else get it. Look at China. China don't even vote. Chinese don't even vote in America. They're the least voting group of people in America. Tell me when the last time you seen a Chinese person at a gas station. Tell me when the last time you seen a Chinese person at a grocery store. Matter of fact, that applies here. Tell me when you seen a Chinese man at a gas station here. Where they get the gas at? I've already noticed that here. I ain't never seen a China man gassed up in any of the regular gas stations here. Have you?
No.
I've never. You don't never see them in the regular grocery stores. No, Neighbors, none of that. Tell me if you've seen a China man. Never. Because they never. I don't even know where they get gas from. Literally. It's the same thing in the States, because they have their own economy.
Is it in Kilimani? It's not
I
far
have
from
no
here.
idea where they get their gas.
No, the China.
Oh, the Chinatown,
the
right there.
Chinatown is just
Yeah, so I
yeah.
believe they have their own gas station because I've never seen it, even in America.
Yeah,
Even in America. Meaning they don't need Kenya to support them. They've literally built their own economy. And they, by the way, they do this all over the world. So don't get hung up because it's here in Kenya. They have a Chinatown everywhere in the world. But if you talk about America, they have their own economy. So if anything happened, guess what they can do? They can call on China. They got China. Same thing with the Indians. Same thing with the Arabs. Same thing with the... Everybody has connected themselves to a GDP. Except us. We ain't even got a kumbaya. Connect yourself to a power structure. If something were to happen to us in America, now we have a whole nation behind us.
I like that. If we can't unite emotionally and mentally, let's at least let's money. I mean, let money motivate us. But that might be
Commerce
bad.
and trade.
That might be bad in the long run, though.
No, because in order to get to commerce and trade, you still got to start with the experience and the history and the conversations. The whole goal is to get to what I like to call conscious commerce and trade.
Okay.
It ain't bad. Everybody need money to live.
So money can unite us. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's just the energy and it's just the perspective of how you use it. We the only people that don't understand that.
Yeah.
We the only people that don't understand if you tie yourself to a GDP. If we were to be able to say all African Americans are now the 45th tribe of Kenya, at least we got a country that got our back. Whether it's they say, hey, you can now seek asylum here if you feel like you're not safe in the States. Rather, they can't send those troops because they're in trade with the US. But at minimum, you can seek asylum here. Because now you've been sending your remittances here. You've been able to vote because you're a part of the 45th tribe. You've impacted the economy. Now you are actually considered citizens of Kenya. You can always go back to the US, but you have a country that now you have a economical connection to. Everybody else do it.
I agree.
Let's help us.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what the point of the journey back to Eden is. That is the whole point of the journey back to Eden, so that one, we can also prove to you all that we do have a value. I think that you should be able to prove that to somebody who house you going to do. You invite yourself. I didn't invite you. Let's keep it above. I did not invite you to my house. You're inviting yourself. Fine. You're welcome. Now what? Because we can't build shit off of just talking.
Yeah.
I don't need you to come over here and become a liability. We already got our own problems. So that's real. I can't afford for you to come over here and become a liability. We're still a developing country. We're 61 years old. In terms of democracy, if you will. Older than that in reality, but in terms of the world democracy, 61 years, a very young country, still a developing country. I cannot afford for you to come over here and become a liability. I can't afford it. So then what are we doing? You gonna come over here and do what? Ask me for free citizenship? Ask me to give you land for free? How is that helping me? How is that helping you? Because you ain't even putting no work in. How is that helping me? It doesn't make sense.
Is that why you're kind of opposed to the Ghana approach?
Yeah. How has that helped Ghana? They literally still getting light from Nigeria, electricity. How are you still in debt after 5 years of the year return and you made over 7.9 billion USD off of the diaspora? Make it make sense. The infrastructure is nowhere near a Kenya. It don't make sense. How? No shade, no tea to Ghana, but where did the money go? So yeah, we got to be mindful of how we approaching this thing. I do believe that yeah, nothing should be given out for free. Should you have access to it? Sure. But let's funnel it through something that actually adds value.
Yeah.
Let's do that. You know, I would love for the African American community to be the 45th tribe of Kenya.
Sure.
You got to show your worth, though. It took Indians 200 years.
Well, they were brought in by the white man to build
They
the
were brought
railway.
in, and but they still built up some of the economies, even though they act a little funny.
Yeah.
They impacted the economies, created some opportunities, or whatever the case may be. But it still took them 200 whole years to become the 44th tribe in this
Mm.
country.
You think, oh, because they prove their worth.
Yeah, I think partial of that, and they have impacted the economy.
Yeah, they have
They've built the
kind of.
country. They've you can see it in the foods, you can see it in some of the culture here, you can see it. They've impacted it. And I've met some really cool Indians actually recently, or whatever, who are proud to be African actually.
Mm.
The doc that I interviewed, my doc
Mhm,
from
mhm, mhm,
Halcyon,
mhm,
he's
mhm.
proud. His whole entire staff are Kenyans. Whole entire staff is Kenyans. Um, he's like fifth generation Kenyan. He's never been to India. Never been to India. Don't know nothing about India. He speak Kiswahili just like a regular, Kenyan. Of course, they still practice some of their cultural
Yeah, but
things like that.
that's one thing.
Hmm.
That they've been here for long, but they still keep the
They keep
culture.
their culture.
And I wish,
They have.
I wish Africans in the diaspora, but that's a different one because of slavery and
Yeah,
yeah,
we were stripped from
yeah,
the time
yeah,
we left the shores of Africa. When you strip from your language, your religion, your culture, the history, and given another name. All of us bear European last names. All of us. My last name is Simmons. That's a Jewish name from Simmons.
mm,
Yeah, you know what I mean. So if you traced out names, it's all gonna go back to Europe.
mm,
A name is what make you.
yeah,
That's why you call yourself Orina, right? A name is what you carry. A name is a family lineage.
yeah.
We can't even tie our names back to a family. You see what I'm
They
saying?
did a hell of a job
On
of
all of us, I mean, most Kenyans have Christian names. So when I ask Kenyans, "What is your real name?"
is it Joseph?
Yeah, it was like, no, no, no. What is your African name? And it's mainly your surname because your first name's still a Christian name.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, what's your surname? The last name or the first name? What's the
Last name, last
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
last
So your
name.
surname
Yeah,
is usually your Kenyan
yeah,
name, and
yeah.
you still have a Christian name, a European name. So we could see it even with that. It's just we've all been, you know, we've all we got a long way to go.
We have a long way to go, but I'm happy that you've created a framework that can impact this unity.
Likewise,
Yeah, and also sell Africa to
South
Africans
Africa.
because I'm really passionate about you now, and I told you this. That's why I was really happy when you invited me to be an ambassador of JBE because I really, really, really want us to unite. And I see the geopolitics that's happening right now, and I'm like, you guys are not safe
Yeah,
because even America is starting to look at Russia in a funny way now. Sorry, Israel in a funny way now. Even Russia as well. So, so you never know when shit can start popping, and
yeah,
when it happens, what are you gonna do?
exactly.
Where are you gonna go? Do you have ties
We
to
need
Africa?
we need asylum.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna do? So you should start tying yourself to somewhere, even if it's not Africa, because I believe we're global people.
Yeah,
Find somewhere else that you feel comfortable with. It could be the Philippines. It could be anywhere in the world because we're global people.
yeah.
And but I would say now, what I will say is Africa probably would be the best place because you're completely surrounded around your own people
Mm,
for the most part.
mm.
Here it's majority Kenyans. You pick and choose whether you want to deal with a Mzungu or any other multinational if you want. You know what I mean? It's still majority Kenyan. Unless you're going down to Diani or something like that. That it gets a little different there, but
Yeah,
um,
a lot of Italians
they got their
in
own
coast.
whole little area.
Yeah.
hmm but we definitely need alternatives. But we have a long way to go, and we're starting. And I'm probably not going to be able to finish the work. I'm just starting so somebody else can. We're
Mm.
standing on the shoulders of our
Of our
ancestors.
ancestors.
We are our ancestors' wildest dreams.
But I hope we finish the work before we die because I'm sick and tired of this.
I hope if we don't, then we just pass it on.
Yeah. But to me, I want to finish this,
hmm
and after I finish this, not like now, God, you take me now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like I want to see it happen in my lifetime,
I believe we may see a little within this lifetime,
a little, not
just a
fully.
kidogo, because it's just so many years of disconnect. There's so many years of disconnect. I mean, it was done intentional. It was very clever.
Mm,
Yeah.
damn! Wow, wow, wow! What a good conversation we've had
Yes.
here. How can people reach Traverse?
Yep.
How can people sign up for the journey back to Eden from December 28th to January? By the way, I'll be there. I'm speaking, right?
Yeah.
I'll be speaking. PLO will be there. Dr. Umar will be there. Austin will be there. Who
Ashley in
else?
Africa will be there. We have Charmaine and Neek from Chicago Inc. Black Inc. coming in for the first time to
Yeah,
Kenya.
yeah,
Um, I have a new business partner, but I can't say it now.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah, guys. So please, please, go to Traverse Culture. Go to TVerse. That's TVERZE.com. Z. Here in Kenya we say
Z.
Z.
Yes.
Where is it? TVERZE.com. Instagram is
Yeah, Traverse Culture.
uh,
All social media handles of Traverse
on
Culture.
social media, Traverse.
YouTube, everything.
Uh,
Yep.
and please sign up for the journey back to Eden. I'd like to see you coming back home. Kenyans are, like I said, Kenyans are very much receptive. They'll welcome you with open hands.
hmm
So please come home. And but Kia, I even said it last time. I don't want people to just come here and have fun because that's part of it. But I want you guys to investigate Kenya and see if you can relocate,
Yep.
or at least have some business investment. There's a lot of opportunities here. Kia, you know what? There are a lot of tech startups here
Yep.
in Kenya, but the many of them are failing because they don't have funding. So you know what they do? They hire white boys
Yep.
to become the CEO
Yep.
so that they can look safe for foreign investors to start pouring money into them.
hmm
And I'm like, I've been in the startup space for a long time. I left recently, but I've been there for a long time. And I'm like, hey man, why don't we just find a way of linking even tech startups to
To
African
African
American
Americans.
investors?
Yeah.
All you African American millionaires and billionaires should start looking at African stuff, especially in Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria. Especially Nigeria, there's a lot of innovation in Nigeria.
Big time.
Like, start coming here. Like, we might have a new Google here. We might have an African YouTube or Facebook here. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of ideas here that young tech startups founders are cultivating, but it's the funding. Funding is a problem.
Yeah, funding is a problem.
So you see, like those are the things that I want people to come and see for themselves here in Kenya in the journey back to Eden, and even in Traverse, when it comes to the investigative tour, when it comes to travel and relocation. Yeah, you guys, but just if you guys are thinking about Kenya, just go to Traverse. They'll handle you. Just go to Traverse. They'll handle you. Kia is very hands-on. I mean, you meet everybody, right?
Yep, everybody.
There you go. So, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We are trying to grow Sell Africa to Africans, and we are trying to make this into a Pan African hub because much of and I say this, legacy media is coming to an end. People are moving to YouTube. People are moving to content creators. I don't like being called a content creator because I'm very much more than that. I'm a revolutionary Pan African, and I'm building a media platform called Sell Africa to Africans that is fully African, that is fully Pan African, that believes in the unity of all African people. That's why I'm even working with Kea when it comes to Journey Back to Eden, because I'm very much passionate about us uniting as a global African race. I also have a link for Journey Back to Eden. I'll put it in the description. If you want to join Journey Back to Eden, you can either go to tvas.com or you can use my link and join Journey Back to Eden, which will be from December 28th to January the 9th. And also there'll be an end of year celebration, right?
Yeah, bringing in the new year in the motherland.
It's gonna be fun. So guys,
Yes.
come. You see the way the Ghana thing is? We want Kenya to be like that as well. But this Kenya one is more in depth, is more conversational, is more detailed than Ghana. I'm not saying Ghana is bad, but this is way, way more detailed in how you can come and integrate and live here in Kenya. So, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and also subscribe to Traverse Culture. I'll put everything on the screen. Thank you, guys. Thank you. God bless.